Okay, I just got through pressure testing the heads. This is my plate setup that I use. Individual bolts and a plate. It's a lot easier on me and better than a big machine because I can rotate the head. I also use that plate and various rubber strips to cook the heads when I coat them. But the head's just pressure checked out beautiful. I put 50 pounds on them, which is 3 times or 2.5 times a 20-pound radiator cap. And not a problem in the world. So these heads now have my blessing and seal of approval on them. What I was going to do here, so y'all can take a look at it, is I'm going to take my sonic checker and I'm just going to pick up a couple of spots in the bowls and everything just so you can kind of see the kind of thickness there is left now and how precise that the sonic checker can be on telling you what you can do. I can tell you right now, there's no way I could carve this without having used that tool for years. You just can't make them too thin where they're going to give a problem, but to get this shape, I figured it out, I was wrong, a 31 cc increase at 187 cc's. That's phenomenal, and there's something I wanted to point out, but we'll get more to that after we do the sonic checking and I'll tell you about it. But just wanted to show you these right here are ready to go. They pressure tested great. They got the coating on the water jackets. These are a tier 1 set of heads right here. I'm really proud of how these turned out. All right, so let's go on to the next step, which will be the sonic testing. We got the good old BHJ sonic checker out. It's sitting over there floating right now. That was one of my last readings. It tries to remember, does a decent job on that. But what we're going to look at is the bowl area and maybe on the roof. So let's see what Mr. Imhoff's got for a final thickness. Remember when I told you that on heads like this, I tried not to get any thinner than 90 thousandths. I actually like to stay about 120 because years of water and antifreeze eating on the outside of the water jackets, not to mention water porosity holes, sometimes can play havoc. That's the reason I also do, when I do the pressure test, I shoot it way on up there, man. I don't fool around 50 or 60 pounds because the one thing I can't simulate is heat. I can't simulate the heat when I pressure test. Alright, so let's see what we got. I'm going to try the best I can. I hope in the viewfinder you can see the sonic checker and the number that it's showing as I touch it in the bowl. It's kind of hard to get both of them in there. I'm doing the best I can so y'all know that this reading ain't some bullshit thing that I done, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't trust none of the machine shop videos I see half the time, mainly the dyno videos. I mean, I can catch them in them all the time lying like hell. But this right here, if you can catch the numbers on it, it don't lie. Now let's see what we got. There we go. $168,169 thousandths. Now that number is over here. Let's zoom in some. That number that I just picked up on, where I put it, let me get a pointer. That number was right there. I picked about 3/4 to an inch down on the bowl. That's where it gets thin, where it's right next adjacent to that exhaust port. Alright, now I'm going to try to get you another one over here on this side of the bowl and on that wall over there. So 168, I thought it was thinner than that. I'm not going to lie, that made me kind of happy. That was great. Now, alright, it's just hard to, once again, fit around this damn camera and get my hands on it. I'm going to try it another way. Now, let's try the long side of the bowl, about the same position. There we go, 208 thousandths. Now notice if I try to come up near the seat, she's going to start getting thicker because there's more meat. Not much, about 230 thousandths. Now, let's go over to this side of the bowl. Wow. 111 thousandths. See, that's right past the tube in the head. Yeah, that's getting a little dangerous for me, but that's in the safety zone where I like to keep them. Let's get your corner of it. $165. We just got a couple of spots. Let me try another spot here. 151. So right past the push rod, the center bolt hole tube where I tubed them, that's where they get thin right there. For some reason, you got a water jacket, damn it. I can even feel it with my finger, how it goes from being solid metal to thin. That's where you got to watch it at. All right, I'm going to draw this up on the chalkboard so you can get a bird's eye view of it and you can see what we got, but that was our numbers. I don't think there's no way that I'm going to be able to show you the sonic checker because this is deep inside the port. So what I'm going to do while the film's running is I'm going to show me trying to pick up in that area. Then I'm going to try to move it, but I'm not going to promise anything, guys. I wish sometimes I had a second pair of hands, but you're going to have to trust me on this. Wow. 124 thousandths. 120, 119. I knew it would be. I knew it'd be that. That right there is the second pickup point. That's why I'm so careful right there, because I have busted through there before, but I have kept it above 100 thousandths. All right, I'm leveling off at 108 thousandths. Woo! All right. There's no way I can do it. I can't move the camera and do it. I'd have to have a second pair of hands, guys. You're just going to have to believe me that old Headbytes here is telling you the truth. Now, the last place I'm going to check is the push rod area. Well, I knew I was going to get that, but I'm okay with that. 85, 88 thousandths. As you move on down toward the top, it will thin out even more. 78 thousandths, 80 thousandths. I'm in the 70s here. Absolutely lines in. So I could squeeze a little bit more, okay? I could go in there and move that wall a little bit more. The reason I don't do it is the math. The math told me what width that I needed to be with him being on the street with it and everything. Now, unfortunately, I can't believe it, I'm out of chalk for my chalkboard. I'm going to go to a supply place. So what I'm going to do is draw this on a piece of paper and put the film at the right, or put the lens at the right angle so you can see the numbers we come up with, all right?